Welcome back to the campus of the University of Minnesota. What a beautiful day, 53 degrees, just a light wind out of the southeast, and football is never better than when it is the NFC North and they go black and blue style. Minnesota won the toss, they deferred, so Detroit will receive to get us started. Very important NFC matchup. As you can see, Detroit and Green Bay at 3-2, Minnesota and Chicago at 2-3. And here's the kick. Jeremy Ross back deep to receive. And he'll stay right there. So the the Lions will start at their 20-yard line, and the veteran Matthew Stafford, Brendan, knows he's got to be better.
Yeah, he's actually off to his best season in terms of ball security. He's a little bit gun-shy, but let's see if he can get this thing going. They're definitely going to start pounding it with the run game.
Joyke Bell is in the backfield. No Reggie Bush today for the Lions. The toss to Bell. Nope, the fake. And it works to the near side of the field. Nicely done on the reception by Eric Ebron, the rookie tight end. And there's the people to watch. I just talked about Bell. Golden Tate, Brendan, coming off a wonderful day, although it wasn't defeat.
Yeah, he's had the last two games, had 100 yards. The last two games, this game, he's looking to do it again. And he's going to have to step up big today.
Now Theo Reddick in the backfield for the Lions. Gain of 12, so it's first down. Trying to work around the outside, and he'll be hit just a couple of yards deeper. Anthony Barr, the rookie out of UCLA. That's my partner.
My Bruin is showing up. You see Riddick's got that cutting capability. He's not a guy that's going to hammer the ball down in there like Bell. He's going to take a couple cuts and try to make guys miss.
One of the inspirational leaders is Captain Munnerlyn. Harrison Smith has been very good, and of course we just talked about the rookie Anthony Barr. Joyke Bell, single set, trying to work up the middle, breaks a few tackles, and he'll be close to a first down.
Bell is a downhill guy, just picking up from where he left off last week, going north and south, getting the first down.
So another first down for the Lions. Last week, a heartbreaker at home against the Bills. They lost 17-14. But Alex Henry, their field goal kicker, went 0 for 3. Theo Riddick again. Shotgun for Matthew Stafford. The drop, the catch, and near the midfield line, Golden Tate out of Notre Dame. Gain of 7 on that reception.
Tate with the quick slant right there. It's just like a handoff, a nice, easy play. Golden Tate has been the man stepping up.
2nd and 3 on the 50. Riddick. Stafford again in the shotgun. Little bit of pressure, tosses it off. And room to run. Theo Riddick still on his feet. Inside the 10-yard line. Anthony Barr saves the touchdown. 41-yard long gain.
Great screen play. You're going to see Riddick slip behind the 2 offensive linemen. Raiola leads him downfield. Makes a couple guys miss on a huge gain.
First and goal on the 9. Opening drive for the Detroit Lions. Stafford has been outstanding. Joyke Bell, the single back. And he'll get 1, maybe 2 at best. Gerald Hodges out of Penn State with the stop.
Joe Lombardi's mixing up screen plays, quick slants, outside runs, inside runs. given the Vikings and Don Zimmer a lot to think about in this first quarter on the first drive of the ball game.
The fullback, Jed Collins, comes in with Theo Riddick. And there is Mike Zimmer, the rookie head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Longtime defensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals. Second and goal from the 9. Stafford over the middle, touchdown! Theo Riddick with the touchdown catch.
Hodges let Riddick slip inside of him. Hodges actually had his best week of practice this week, Mike Zimmer was saying. He needs to stay inside the number 2 receiver right there, actually at running back.
We'll get into the kicking story later, partner, but I will tell you that Matt Prater is on to attempt the point after. Just signed on Tuesday by the Lions.
That's called an angle route right there. When the running back pretends like he's going to the flat, angles in. Hodges should have maintained
previous play
inside leverage.
is going to be reviewed.
All right, they're going to look at it. Little review, and we'll come back to Minneapolis on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine.
Theo Riddick, the second-year running back who missed
Touchdown.
who missed last week's game, and it was just confirmed, gets the 9-yard touchdown reception. He also had a big 41-yard catch on that opening drive.
Riddick stepping up huge for Bush today.
Matt Prater for the point after. The kick is up, and it's good. Stafford 4 for 4, 69 yards on the 7-play drive. That took 80 yards in 3 minutes and 54 seconds.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Welcome back to the NFL on Fox. The Minnesota Vikings have allowed an NFL worst, now 51 points in the first quarter, a -20 differential. The Vikings hope Teddy Bridgewater can tie this game up quickly. Sam Martin to kick it off. Cordero Patterson back deep to receive. The squib kick. And it's played nicely, 35-yard line. And a good effort by Jerome Felton. When you talk to Mike Zimmer about this man, Teddy Bridgewater, Brendan, you and I did yesterday, it's like, I love him. I like everything about him, on and off the field.
The guy's eyes absolutely light up when he talks about Teddy Bridgewater. His feet, his arms, his quiet leadership. Now they're expecting that to translate onto the field on Sunday.
Good ball position for the Vikings. 1st and 10 on their 41-yard line. Jarrett McKinnon, the rookie in the backfield. Here's McKinnon trying to dance around, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Brendan, let's talk about some of the other guys to watch on Minnesota's offense. Of course, Matt Asiata has taken up some of the slack with Adrian Peterson gone. McKinnon we talked about, and Patterson is a dynamic scorer.
Yeah, McKinnon and Asiata, they're a 1-2 punch. They're going to be bringing it, but Cordell Patterson really has a red eye on him. They'll be looking to eliminate him from the game as much as they can.
McKinnon around the outside. He's got space, and near a first down. Good run for Jarrett McKinnon, the rookie out of Georgia Southern. The Lions defense came in #1 in the entire National Football League. And it's because of the guys up front and because of the play of a linebacker like DeAndre Levy.
DeAndre Levy stepping into his own. NFC Defensive Player of the Month in September, but Ndamukong Suh and Fairley, 2 first-round draft picks, those guys are absolutely monsters in the middle.
3rd and 3 from the 48. 4 wideouts for Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater under pressure. Now he's got room. Bridgewater gets the first down. So a good first down for the Vikings, and let's check in with Kirk Menefee for a game break.
All right, Green Bay trying to win 3 straight since Aaron Rodgers told Packer fans to relax. They're off to a good start in Miami. He hooks up with Jordy Nelson for the 9-yard score and a quick 7-0 lead. Mike, Brendan, and Peter.
Thank you, Kirk. Vikings trying to answer the Lions' opening drive, and they're doing a good job of it. McKinnon again. McKinnon was big in the win over the Falcons, the same game in which Teddy Bridgewater played so well.
McKinnon gets the handoff up the middle, the double team. Levy gets blocked. McKinnon's able to get up the field and get the first down.
2nd and 1 on the Lions 38 from the shotgun. Again to McKinnon. The rookie 3rd-round draft pick. And the coaches talked about his strong lower body. He really battles.
Yeah, and you see right here, actually, he didn't get the first down on the last play. He's getting it right now. But he is their workhorse right now. He's a guy that's shifty. He can get up the field. When they want a banger, they put Asiata in the game. But right now, McKinnon is picking up the slack. And there's not much letdown since Peterson's been missing.
Coaches definitely said, next man up, and let's replace the offense by committee. From the 35. Reverse, the reverse, and it's coming our way. Moving in, Jarius Wright, and he's hauled down at the 15-yard line by Grover Quinn. A gain of 20 on the reverse to Jarius Wright.
Levy came off the edge, he had outside contain. He lost it on the reverse. That's why that play was able to spring.
1st and 10, ball on the 15. Solid drive to open the game for the Vikings. Looking end zone. And it's intercepted. Intercepted by Grover Quinn. And so the Lions come up with a big play.
Great play. He's just reading the eyes right there of Teddy Bridgewater. The middle of the field was actually open. And he just jumped all over that.
So Bridgewater throws the first interception of his young NFL career. And the Lions still lead 7-0 here in Minneapolis.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by your next truck, Ford F-150. By Burger King. For a limited time, get 10 chicken nuggets for just $1.49. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Grover Quinn with the interception. Detroit 7. Minnesota nothing. 7:34 remaining in the first quarter. George Wynn and Jed Collins in the backfield. Stafford gives to the big fullback. And he gains a few. Jasper Brinkley with the stop.
You see the quick play action fake. Bridgewater staring down Patterson the whole time. It's easy for Grover Quinn to just step right in front of that ball. He's just reading the eyes of the quarterback, playing fundamental defense back there at safety.
George Wynn of the Lions made his first pro start last week at home. He's a Southfield, Michigan kid, and he was very effective. Theo Riddick now behind Stafford. Corey Fuller in motion, up the middle, complete, and near a first down. Corey Fuller, the man I spoke of, with the reception.
Corey's having a heck of a ball game. I hope somebody started him in their fantasy football league today.
Right? Take a look at it again.
Riddick was open in the flat right there. He looks at his 1, then looks at his 2, looks at his 2, and then pulls the trigger.
Fuller spent all of last year on the Lions practice squad. He had 3 catches last week. That's his first today. 1st and 10 from the 28 for Stafford and the Lions. Again, the double back set. Stafford, incomplete. Intended for Golden Tate. And the coverage by Captain Munnerlyn.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 24, 5-yard penalty with an automatic. First down.
So it's Munuthan that will take the penalty. Take a look.
Can't have your hands on the guy after 5 yards. That's something that the refs are majoring this year. There's a lot different than last year.
Man, the Lions certainly wish that man was on the field. Calvin Johnson. Record-setting future Hall of Famer. It's amazing when you look at the numbers on a guy like Calvin Johnson, Brendan, just how effective and dominant they've been for many years. So it's 1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
On curve. Ready, go 20! Number 20! Number 50! Ready!
Man in motion. Stafford hands it off. Got a couple of blocks. And a nice run for Theo Riddick. Anthony Barr is there to stop him. Gain of 3. Head coach Jim Caldwell was very animated, to say the least, when we had a chance to visit with him yesterday. He is very motivational. He's extremely experienced, and he wants to win here.
Yeah, he's a guy that reads all kinds of different books, and he applies that to his team. He applies it to real life. It's Your Boat, Outliers, all these books that leaders read, and he's applying it to his team.
And he does a great Joe Paterno impression. 2nd and 7. Joe Bell. The handoff. Works his way to the 40-yard line, dragged down by Jasper Brinkley.
Stafford's impressed that Caldwell is really committed to the run this year. And also going back to Megatron, Caldwell said it's unique. You have a guy on your team that's the hardest worker and also the highest paid guy on the team with no ego whatsoever.
3rd and 3 for the Lions. They lead 7-0. The building here on the University of Minnesota campus gets loud.
Be looking for some crossing routes right here, right around the 1st down marker.
4 wide receivers. There's Stafford. He's got a man pretty open there, Brendan, but it is incomplete. Intended for the rookie, Eric Ebron.
A little bit of pressure up the middle from Roberson. Makes him get rid of the ball just a little bit faster than he wants to. You see Roberson coming on the stunt, the TE stunt. That's when the tackle and end switch assignments make him get rid of that ball just a little bit sooner than he wants to.
So the Lions will be forced to punt. The kick by Sam Martin. Sherrell's at the 15. Finds the outside, looking for a seam. Flags on the field as he is tackled at the 32-yard line by Mohamed Sese. 45-yard punt.
That's on the Lions. Special teams coordinator Mike Prefer's not going to be a happy guy. He always emphasizes technique for sure and fundamentals on his special teams unit.
Return team, number 32, 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10, TV timeout.
Penalty on Anton Exum Jr. And Cisse with the stop a moment ago. We'll come back to Minneapolis. Teddy Bridgewater, the youngest Viking and the 3rd quarterback taken in this year's draft. 2nd opportunity for him from his own 20-yard line. And they give it to Jerome Fulton. And he'll lose a yard or 2 as we check in with Pete Schrager.
Yeah, guys, always curious to see how a rookie quarterback responds to an interception in the red zone. And Teddy came off and he said, "My bad." He told everyone, "It's my fault on that one." And he came right over and he spoke with quarterbacks coach Scott Turner and also Christian Ponder. Very upbeat, ready to go. Doesn't seem like he's too dejected from that big pick.
Thank you very much. He is a confident young man. And every coach or player that we spoke to who talked about him all said he is a future star. Matt Asiata. And the pitch back. Patterson will be taken down around the line of scrimmage.
You know, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. They had 44 yards of rushing in the first drive, and then they went with one pass play, had one interception, so they're going back to the run game right here. Build a little bit of confidence in Teddy, but he's going to have to convert on 3rd and long right here.
3rd and 9 from the 22. Asiata out, McKinnon in. Bridgewater from the shotgun. Looking for a target, and he's sacked. Good coverage downfield, and the sack by Ziggy Ansah and Ndamukong Suh. So the Vikings will be forced to punt.
Looking at Cordero the whole time, he's covered like a blanket, and that's basically a cover sack right there. Nowhere to go. Ansah converts on the sack, a guy that hasn't been playing football for too long, but a huge football IQ.
Jeff Rock to punt. Jeremy Ross to receive. They'll take it to the 35. 40, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line by Antone Exum Jr. Lions lead 7-0. The 4-time Pro Bowler Calvin Johnson re-aggravated his ankle injury last week. He's out of the lineup. Let's see how the Lions are able to respond. Joik Bell, and a little pass from Stafford to the near side. Nice move by Golden Tate, but he stopped at the 40.
Golden Tate, not known as the fastest guy, but he does have one of the best stop and starts in the NFL. Offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi said that it's one of the best he's ever seen, and that's saying a lot since the guy can stop and start so fast.
Bell back in after the gain of 15 for Golden Tate. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Vikings. Bell, and he's taken down. Jasper Brinkley with the stop. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Reggie Bush, known as one of those guys that can cut, so I was very surprised when I heard Lombardi giving Golden Tate that much credit about his stopping and starting abilities.
I like how he said, Brendan, he goes from 60 to 0 almost immediately. Usually it's the other way around.
Absolutely.
Reddick in the backfield. And now Bell. Under a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. Throws it to Theo Riddick. Riddick pulls ahead. And he's stopped by the rookie Anthony Barr. Gain of 7, 3rd and 3.
Just a quick throw, give that Minnesota defense something to think about. Zimmer, known as a guy that likes to pressure. You can't really pressure when the ball comes out that fast. You see the nice block there. Riddick gets upfield. It's basically like a handoff. Pick up a couple extra yards.
So a big 3rd and 3 with under a minute remaining. Joik Bell. Stafford off to a good start here against the Vikings. Vikings fans getting loud. Stafford tucks it, looking for an opening, and he is tackled short of the first down by Tom Johnson.
Good coverage by George Edwards' defense. Everybody's covered, the pocket collapses. Stafford pulls it down. And now the kick team's got to come on the field.
Well, and the kick team has been a big story for the Detroit Lions. We'll find out if Matt Prater might be the answer to the kicking game woes of Detroit when we come back.
End, the first quarter.
Alex Henry out, Matt Prater in. Lions kickers so far this year, 4 for 12, 1 for 9 outside of 40 yards. So the veteran Matt Prater, the new kicker for the Detroit Lions. This is a 50-yard field goal attempt. Last year, Prater was 25 of 26. The kick is up, and it is no good.
Maybe it's not the kicker, Mike.
That's a great point. We talked about that in our meetings, Brendan.
They just seem to be jinxed this year in the kicking game. They just can't nail it down. Wide left, Prater knows he missed it. First game back on the team.
And the reaction of the head coach, Jim Caldwell, always tries to be positive. So the Vikings get the ball back here early in quarter number 2. First and 10 from the 40. Into the flat. Jarrett McKinnon, and he's taken down at the 42-yard line. Gain of 2. Brings up a 2nd and 8. DeAndre Levy with the stop.
Little swing pass to McKinnon, nice and easy. Build up Bridgewater's confidence again after that interception. Get him going, some positive yardage.
Everybody talked about how mentally strong the youngster Teddy Bridgewater is. We'll find out. Oh, receiver went down, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Jarius Wright.
Jarius Wright was wide open on that play right there. Runs a quick inside route.
He gets tripped. Tripped on one of the Lions players, right?
Can't just keep his feet right there. Would have been a huge play.
So it brings up a 3rd and 8. From the Vikings 42.
Another money down. Teddy Bridgewater needs to convert right here. Luckily, it's decent field position. Got to get the conversion on 3rd down.
Jennings goes in motion. 3 wides on the left side. Bridgewater. The ball is loose. He's trying to pick it up. Still on the ground. And the Vikings recover. Phil Lodeholt able to bring it in front of Ziggy Ansah. Great pressure by Ansah.
We had talked about Ansah before. He comes off the edge, swipes it down, sack, fumble, almost recovers the ball. Bridgewater should just jump on top of the ball, but Ansah, a guy that's only been playing football for a few years, has picked up the game quite quickly, was a former soccer player.
Golden Tate back to receive the punt from Jeff Locke. Pardon me, Jeremy Ross, fair catch at the 27-yard line. And that is where the Lions will start. Tonight, it's game 2 of the NLCS as the Giants attempt to take a 2-0 series lead, while the Cardinals look to even things up before hitting the road for game 3. Coverage begins tonight after football, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Mike, the Lions are playing a heck of a game on defense. They have sacks, interceptions, big hits. It's going to be a long day out there for Minnesota.
Well, we got to get something going against this #1 ranked defense in the NFL. Stafford in the offense here, though. They give to Bell. And he's finally hauled down. Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense number 67. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Rob Sims with the holding call.
The delayed draw right here. You see the hold on the offensive line. Bell bouncing off the tacklers.
So it brings up a 1st and 20 at the 17-yard line. 2 wideouts to the far side. Play action. Stafford almost connected with Corey Fuller. Fuller covered nicely on the play. Xavier Rhodes out of Florida State with the coverage.
Nice clear window for Stafford to throw it to Rhodes, but broken up.
So now it is 2nd and 20 from the Lions' 17-yard line. They scored on the opening drive of the game. Stafford was 4 for 4 as Theo Reddick was big and earned himself the touchdown. Watch the clock. Got it off. Stafford under pressure, and it is incomplete. In and out of the arms of Golden Tate. Good pressure by Tom Johnson on Matthew Stafford.
And those hits hurt. You see Johnson gets off, no one blocks him. puts his shoulder right into Stafford's ribs and puts him right into the turf. The quarterback's not going to last long taking hits like that all day, Mikey.
Third and 20. From the shotgun. Stafford dumps it off. Reddick trying to make his way up to the markers. He will not. Short of the first down. Brian Robeson with the stop. Gain of 15 brings up a 4th and 5, so the Lions will punt.
Little prevent defense right there. Robeson actually lined up at linebacker. Normally a defensive end. Goes and gets the tackle right there. Send the punt team on the field.
Marcus Sherrills back to receive. Good booming punt. All the way to the 6-yard line. Sherrills will be taken down around the 15. Big punt of 63 yards. It's 7-0.
Today's Game on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet. Find new roads. By KFC, the world's best chicken. How do you, KFC? And by Lowe's. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Welcome back, Mike Goldberg, Brendan Imbedejo. The Vikings will start at their own 17-yard line. They trail 7-0 after a big punt from Sam Martin. Bridgewater looking and incomplete. His intended receiver was Jarius Wright. And there's a flag on the play. Darius Slay had the coverage.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 31. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
The veteran, Rashean Mathis. And he doesn't like it. So 1st and 10 from the 22. The handoff over to the left side. Gain of 3 for Jerick McKinnon. So it's 7-0 here in Minneapolis. Let's check in with Kirk Menefee for a game break.
Hey, Goldie, I hope you started Joe Flacco on your fantasy team. He's had 4 first-quarter touchdowns for Baltimore. This one to Michael Campanaro. They lead at 28-0, ready to start the second quarter down in Tampa.
Thank you very much, Kirk. Beautiful day for football here on the campus of the University of Minnesota. The rookie of Georgia Southern has gotten a lot of carries today. And now a reception for Jerick McKinnon. And he's hauled down near the first down marker by Rashean Mathis.
I'm impressed with McKinnon today. He's really picking up the slack. Right here, it's just an easy check down. McKinnon with the handoff. Checks down. Teddy said he's going to be looking at his check down today. Beats the outside leverage of the linebacker and picks up the first down.
Matt Asiata now in the backfield for McKinnon. 1st and 10 from the 33. Quick hit out to number 17, Jarius Wright. And he got maybe 1 or 2 yards. Gain of 3, they'll call it 2nd and 7.
This is the Norv Turner-esque type of offense.
Yes.
He's going to be throwing screens, some delayed run plays, trying to get Teddy some nice, easy completions to build up his confidence. Quick outside hits. I'll be expecting Norv to be attacking the middle sooner than later.
And we promise he's in there. He knows where to go. He likes this offense, and he's excited to work with Jim Caldwell. 2nd and 8. Bridgewater with a fake, dumps it off. And nothing there. Jerick McKinnon stopped by Ziggy.
Ziggy Ansah not fooled again. This guy's name's been coming up. We've only been playing 2 quarters of football. This must be the 5th time we've called his name today. He's got a sack, strip fumble. Right here on the screenplay, he's not fooled, stays at home and makes the tackle.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
This is not the situation you want to be in with the young quarterback. Having to pick up and convert on long, 3rd down and long makes it very difficult.
The snap to Bridgewater. Waiting, and he is sacked. Ziggy Ansah, as we talked about once again, along with DeAndre Levy, and a sack on Teddy Bridgewater.
Levy's a guy that's been playing great football this year. He's stepped it up big since Tulloch went down with the ACL injury. You see Levy coming off the edge, Ansah off the other side. Levy gets there first, they will split that sack.
What a great story. The man they called Ziggy is. Started in Ghana and played soccer in 2010, then came to the States. Jeremy Ross. And the Lions will start at their 32-yard line. The #1 ranked defense in the league is looking good so far. .8:44 remaining in the half. Lions lead the Vikings 7-0. Lions will start on their 31-yard line. Riddick has been very good thus far. He has the Lions touchdown. They fake Stafford. Looking outside, complete to Golden Tate. And he's hauled down on the play by Captain Munnerlyn. We talked injuries early. Let's check in with Peter Schrager for more.
Yeah, Mike, you know, the Vikings are already out without Chad Greenway, their star middle linebacker. He's nursing some ribs, but now they're also out with Gerald Hodges, who's filling in for Greenway. Look for Audie Cole, number 57, to fill in for him. They're checking out the hamstring of Hodges as we speak.
Peter, thank you very much. Greenway, the leading tackler for the Vikings the last 6 seasons. 2nd and 4. Stafford, right into the hands of Golden Tate. And he's near the midfield line, brought down by fellow Notre Damer Robert Blanton.
Golden Tate attacking the middle of the defense. Nice, easy completion. Golden Tate stepped it up big. Megatron is down, but Golden Tate's actually been the leading target this year, actually.
He's been very consistent. They talk about, Brendan, his ability to utilize yards after the catch. They say he's as good as anyone. So a first down, 48-yard line.
Hey, kill!
The handoff around the outside. Theo Riddick. Gain of 2.
Stafford was mentioning that Golden Tate sometimes has a hard time lining up. When he's the primary target, he's lining everybody else up in the offense.
Golden Tate, free agent signing by the Detroit Lions. Last 4 years, he was a Seattle Seahawk, and of course, he won a Super Bowl. Hodges is back on the field, so that's good news for Vikings fans. 2nd and 8. Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll throw it away. Flag on the field. Pressure from Anthony Barr. Partner, we might have ourselves a holding.
Offense, number 35, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
There we go.
They got win on the hold. Got to get your hands inside. Wynn steps up to block the pressure off the edge. Blanton coming off the edge. You got to keep your hands inside. You see he's holding him, spins. You see the jersey pull. The ref's going to throw the flag every single time.
2nd and 18. Stafford looks downfield, in and out of the hands of Golden Tate, covered by Captain Munnerlyn.
Normally Tate's got those sure hands, but right there, just couldn't pull it down. Put a little air on that ball, Stafford did. Maybe had Tate thinking someone was going to come hit him while he was up there.
Munnerlyn spent the last 5 years in Carolina.
Tate wishes he had that one back.
3rd and 18. Stafford, under pressure, still on his feet, looking, and almost finding a receiver. Good coverage downfield by the Vikings.
Great job by the defensive line. They ran twist stunts on both sides of the line, put the pressure on Stafford, actually got him out of the pocket. Got him out of the pocket and even gave him a hit after he released the ball. Great stop right there by the Vikings. Let's see if they can put something together on offense now, Greeny.
Sam Martin to punt, Marcus Sherrills to receive. Standing on the 10-yard line. Martin had a booming 60-yard punt last time. Oh, off the bounce, but he had already called the fair catch. And this one goes 50 for the Lions, who lead 7-0.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut's Bacon and Cheese Stuffed Crust.
6:14 remains in the half. The Lions scored on their opening drive. We have not seen a touchdown or field goal since. Vikings will start from their 10-yard line. Matt Asiata with the carry. Breaks a few tackles. A flag is down on the field. Asiata ran for about 11 before being stopped by Levy.
Holding, offense, number 62. Half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
Vladimir Dukas. Brendan, it's been run by committee the last few weeks for the Vikings. Asiata, McKinnon, they're trying to pick up the slack with the loss, of course, of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, McKinnon's been the most effective back there, so I think they go back to the well, but doesn't appear so right now.
First and 15 from the 5, and nowhere to go. Stopped immediately by Damakin Su.
You talk about that Lions defensive line. Sue fairly tapped, a plethora of talent on that defensive line, the #1 rushing defense in the NFL.
Loss of 3.
If North can't get the pass game and the run game going, it's going to be tough sledding. We mentioned it earlier. Goldie.
Sue, a Pro Bowler as a rookie, also a Pro Bowler. That was 2011, also 2013 and 2014. Timeout on the field. Minnesota's going to use the timeout with 5:12 on the clock. Here in the half.
Team's first.
They'll try to reset their offense here in Minneapolis when we return. Second and 18 from the 2-yard line for Minnesota. After the timeout. The fake. Bridgewater throws wide, and it's complete. The reception to Charles Johnson. That's a huge play. Yeah, we're thinking alike already, partner. Field position, that's a huge play.
Yeah, you want to be able to get some space for your punter, but right there, the stop route comes back, makes the completion. Now they got to get the first down, but now your punter at least has some space if you don't convert right here and try to flip this field, but most importantly, got to get the first down.
Gain of 14 brings up a 3rd and 4. Lone sack, and it's off a Detroit Lions player. The intended receiver was Golden Tate, but good coverage on the play by Danny Gore.
Danny Gore, one of my former teammates, he knows this defense well. Terrell Austin brought him from Baltimore. Gore at the middle of the screen. Oh. You see that ball gets tipped there, almost intercepted, but Gore does need to hold inside leverage. He lost it right there and was lucky to break up the play.
Pardon me, we were talking so much about Golden Tate. I had him on the other team as well. Greg Jennings, the intended receiver. From the 35, Jeremy Ross. And he'll gain about 6 yards on the return. Andrew Sendejo with the special teams play. Fox tomorrow. Heroes and villains collide in the new drama everyone's talking about. Gotham. It's the story of the city that transformed a boy into a legend. Catch a new episode tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, right here on Fox. Mike Goldberg, Brendan Ayabadejo, Stafford of the Lions opened up 5 for 5, partner. Since then, he has just been 5 for 10. It was an opening drive that was extremely impressive with the help from Theo Riddick.
Ready! Ready! Place up!
The fake. Pressure. And the sack to Everson. Griffin had pressure, as well as Jasper Brinkley. Loss of 10.
The play action pass, you want the linebackers to bite, but you gotta block. Offensive line isn't holding the front. You see Brinkley is able to run through, and a play that's intended to create space goes for a negative and loss of yardage. It's been a defensive battle so far, with one touchdown.
And after what happened a week ago Thursday at Green Bay, the Vikings have to be pleased with this defensive effort. 2nd and 20 from the shotgun. Complete. And all the way to the 40-yard line for Jeremy Ross. Gain of 8, and a 3rd and 12 will come forth.
Ross on the quick slant, able to get them back on track for a 3rd and long.
Ross, the coaches said, is always dangerous. Lions are 0 for 4 on 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 12.
See if Ross can clear this out for Ebron to get something in the middle.
Clock's ticking. Stafford dumps it off in the flat. And a good tackle. Theo Riddick was trying to get to the outside, but he was chased down by the Vikings' Anthony Barr. There is a flag on the field, though.
Little swing screen right there.
The penalty marker down in the secondary.
Pass interference, offense, number 85. Penalties decline. Result of the play, 3rd down.
Ebron blocking before the ball was thrown. In essence, that's a pick. That's illegal.
Correction, 4th down. Please reset the game clock to 2:42, please. 2:42.
Sheriff
on the game
Floyd
clock.
hurt on the play, Brendan. Number 73.
Just an inadvertent leg whip right there, right into his knee. Floyd gets up, he's running off the field. That's always good to see.
Always a good sign. Second-year man out of Florida. .242 on the clock. Vikings would love to tie this up and go into the locker room with some momentum.
Vikings have had a ton of opportunities, but they've been pinned so deep in their own territory, losing the field position battle this entire game.
Sam Martin to punt. Martin's had some good punts here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Will it hit the end zone? Yes. So the Vikings will start at their own 20 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's check in with Joel Klatt in L.A.
All right, Mike, we take you out to Buffalo. Kyle Orton's going to find USC's Robert Woods. 7-7 game in Buffalo. There is no report yet if Jim Schwartz is on anybody's shoulders. So everybody in Detroit, don't worry about that. Mike, Brendan, Peter, back to you.
Thank you very much, Joel. There was A lot of talk about that exit from the stadium. Mostly, the Lions didn't want to talk about it. 1st and 10 from the 20. Vikings have 2 timeouts. And nothing there. Jerick McKinnon with the carry. The 2-minute warning is upon us as the Vikings here at home trail to the Lions 7-0.
2-minute warning.
Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 2nd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. The rookie Teddy Bridgewater. Three defensive linemen set up against the Vikings offense. Bridgewater able to complete the pass, and a good move by Jerick McKinnon. Great yards after catch for the rookie.
McKinnon always dangerous. Teddy relying on his check down, something he had talked about last night in the production meeting. He was going to be looking when guys were not open. He'd be going to his check down, something he learned in college at Louisville and he's comfortable doing.
Well, Mike Zimmer said about his young quarterback that he is very cerebral. Got a great work ethic, extremely humble. They moved up 8 spots in the draft to get him. Ziggy Ansah out, George Johnson in for the Lions. Bridgewater down the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver was Charles Johnson.
Didn't really see anything open on the field right there, Goldie, but Bridgewater definitely wanted to get his feet set. He couldn't, therefore it was an inaccurate pass. Just a tad bit of pressure in that pocket, collapsing late in the down.
Brings us to 2nd and 10. 1:47 remaining here in the first half. Bridgewater looking, checking off. And it's incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Chased Ford, the tight end.
Ford's a guy that was showing up all day in practice. Second-year man, just couldn't hold on right there, but they're expecting some big things out of him.
Nice job defensively by Rasheem Mathis. Ziggy Ansah is back in. 3rd and 10 for Bridgewater and the Vikings. 4 wideouts. Bridgewater under pressure, and he is sacked again. And it's the man we just talked about, Ziggy Ansah, who came into the game. -5.
The pocket just completely collapsed right there. No one was open. Ford under pressure.
I'm at Detroit, the team's first. Please reset the game clock to 1:36.
Detroit takes a timeout.
Please, on the game clock. Thank you.
Ansah came on the delay. Looked like it was initially a 3-man rush, and Ansah just came in late.
So no timeout, although the official said the Lions did. This will check. Well, they made the announcement, but here's the kick. Sam Martin. Fair catch by Jeremy Ross. Hey, let's check in with Kurt Menefee. He'll tell us what's coming up on the Visa Halftime Show.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime, we've got all your early highlights, including Peyton Manning off to a slow start for the Broncos against the Jets, and Joe Flacco off to a crazy hot start in Tampa Bay. It all comes your way as we get started when we come back with the Visa Halftime.
The penalty to Josh Bynes as we make our way to break. Now return with 1:29. So on the scoreboard, they're showing the Lions with 2 timeouts. We'll keep an eye on that, partner. They've got a long way to go. 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line.
No-go!
Stafford, and he has to throw it away. He's already been sacked 4 times. Last week, he was sacked a career-high 6 times, and the week before 4. So this line not protecting Stafford the way they want to. The great pressure by Gerald Hodges.
You see the quick pressure up the middle. Raiola normally calling out the blocks and picking up those schemes right there. They just didn't call the right scheme. They let him go through, and Stafford has to get rid of that ball quickly. They're trying to manufacture some quick offense in this last minute 30 of the half.
We were talking to Matthew Stafford about that. Sacks can be deceiving if the quarterback stays in the pocket and tries to make something happen. That one tipped and almost intercepted. Gerald Hodges.
Hodges showing up again. Stafford clearly didn't see him underneath. In the coverage, is trying to get it over the linebacker in between the DB. Hodges almost gets the pick on the previous play. Hodges on the pressure. He had his best week of practice this week, Mike Zimmer said, and it's showing up on film right now.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 23. Vikings would love to get it back. Put it in the end zone before the end of this half. Stafford looking deep. Almost brought in by Corey Fuller, but there was good coverage by Josh Robinson.
George Edwards, defensive coordinator, and Mike Zimmer not scared to dial up the pressure. You see the linebackers up there, leaving the cornerback on an island. He's got to get the ball out there quickly. It's not open. And you're giving back the ball relatively quickly back to Minnesota.
Yep.
See if they can sneak some points on the board. North Turner's probably elated, gets another shot.
The punt by Sam Martin. Marcus Sherrills again back deep to receive at the 18-yard line. There's a flag on the field. Sherrills and another flag. There are multiple flags on the field as the ball was out.
I'd be surprised if the Lions didn't have this ball.
They're saying they do. Tahir Whitehead says, we have the football.
Let's go!
Mike Zimmer talked about eliminating the negative plays. Potentially right here, this play could send them down 14 or 10 points. Prater's pretty much in position to kick a field goal right here.
Prater has the NFL record with a 64-yard field goal. Let's take a look at this fumble again, Brendan.
Poor ball security. He's holding that ball like
There's
it's a...
3 fouls on the play with the change of possession. At the end of this play, by rule, will offset all 3 penalties. Illegal block in the back on the return team. Number 47, holding on the return team. Number 27, an illegal use of hands, kicking team. Number 49. With the change of possession, by rule, will offset re-kick 4th down.
Wow.
After all of that, we get to do it again, and the Vikings are relieved, to say the least. They were all over him.
Anytime you grab a guy's jersey, you see him spin, that's easy pickings for the ref. They're going to throw a flag.
So Sherrills is set up at the 22-yard line. 1 minute, 5 seconds remains here in our first half. It has been a defensive battle, Brendan, to say the least.
Prater's got to be relieved that they got that fumble back and have another opportunity.
Absolutely. Waving it off, fair catch, and it's out of bounds. 47-yard punt for Sam Martin. 2 timeouts and 58 seconds here in the half for the Vikings to go to work.
See what Norv has in store. You got a minute to manufacture something. If you don't pick up a big play off the jump here, then you're probably just going to burn out the clock.
Norv Turner. Jim Caldwell said quite clearly, I am very fortunate to have a veteran like Norv Turner on my staff. Asiata in a tailback. Vikings starting from the 30-yard line. Pressure again. Bridgewater into the flat, 30-yard line. And pushed out of bounds. Matt Asiata, the gain of 18.
Ahead of Bowen safety, the last line of defense right there. Great play by Norv. Lions show pressure. Dial up the pressure. The screen play, anytime guys are coming up the field, the quarterback's taking a lot of sacks, a good way to alleviate that pressure. A quick screen plays, Norv dialed it in, and they're in play now.
They got a lot of time with the 2 timeouts.
Sneak some points up on the board for the Vikings.
Last touchdown pass for the offense came in week 2. Oh, tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by Tahir Whitehead. Second interception of the afternoon for Teddy Bridgewater.
And that one's not on Teddy at all.
Absolutely.
Teddy goes to the check down, something he's been going to all day, and deflects the ball right to the Tahir Whitehead right there. Asiata, normally a sure-handed guy, had a fumble last week, which is not characteristic of him. Comes back and bats the ball to a Lion defender for the interception.
Lions with 2 timeouts, 45 seconds at their own 49. Lions defense with 2 interceptions today. Stafford, complete, and near a first down. Eric Ebron, the youngster, the tight end. Gain of 11.
In the hurry up off, called a timeout.
So that will be the second timeout for the Lions.
Ebron's a guy they got a lot of faith in. They think he can take the top off of a defense. He's a willing blocker. He's also a good receiver. They think he's got a high ceiling. They're excited about his future.
All right, now they're saying that they didn't take the timeout earlier, and now they're saying they did. So 1 timeout for the Lions. Man, Teddy Bridgewater, not the first half he wanted. Not like the first half where he was dominant against the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, he's been sacked 4 times already on the day. He's made 1 critical mistake, but he's holding his composure, going against the #1 defense in the league. He's doing okay, just needs to settle in a little bit.
Clock at 39 seconds. Here's Bell. And he's dragged down at about the 33. Gain of 6 on the carry.
Got to hurry up and snap this.
25 seconds. Stafford goes wide. Incomplete. Intended for Jeremy Ross. Coverage by Josh Robinson.
They can still attack the middle of the field. They don't need to get the ball out of bounds right here. They can call a timeout.
Matt Prater 0 for 1 as a Detroit Lion, at least this time. Right now it would be about a 51-yard field goal. A chip shot for a man who made it from 64. Stafford down the middle, in and out of the hands of Joyce Bell.
Bell should have had this with the check down. Wanted to pick up a few extra yards to make the field goal that much easier for Prater, and he just doesn't pull it in. Stafford's definitely not happy right now with that performance by Bell.
Alex Henry's 0 for 3 last week against Buffalo, cost the Lions a win. 52-yard field goal attempt. Lions kickers this year, 1 of 10 from outside 40. Prater missed earlier. The kick is up. And it is good. The Lions on the field goal by Matt Prater now lead 10-0. And Calvin Johnson loves it because he hasn't seen it enough here early in the season.
Yeah, that's something they've been lacking, stability in the kicking game, particularly in field goals. Prater definitely adds value. He's batting .500 right now. That works in baseball.
5 plays, 17 yards, 38 seconds leads to the field goal. Prater, as I mentioned, was 25 of 26 last year with the Broncos. You think they like having Matt Prater? Let's see the reaction. It looks like we're about to go home and it's a game winner.
A couple I love you, man.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're here. I can buy you dinner, whatever you want. He's a veteran. He's been here a long time. And a big field goal here late in the first half. Prater over 81% on his kicks in the last 7 years. Cordero Patterson waiting patiently. Sam Martin to kick it off. Patterson at the 4-yard line, looking for space. And he's taken down at the 20. Special teams tackle by Josh Bynes.
Former Baltimore Raven, won a championship with myself. Bynes showing up on special teams. They alluded to also seeing him a little bit on goal line in short yardage situations.
You know a little bit about special teams. 3-time Pro Bowler.
Most likely right here, just nail it down, and
yep.
It's not worth taking a chance of a negative play.
Could have been very different, though, due to the interception. Vikings would have hoped it would be a 7-7 game. And that's the end of the first half. The Lions' #1 defense has forced 2 turnovers already. Does Teddy Bridgewater have the self-confidence to come back and have a big second half, Brendan?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to look at Norv Turner for this one to get him rocking and rolling. Go with the checkdowns, get Asiata and McKinnon back in the ball game, and do exactly what the game plan was. Attack the outside, attack the inside, get Teddy going, but it's going to have to start with the play calling and up front with the offensive line.
Just 78 total yards for Minnesota in the first half of play. They were also not very polished on the offensive line. 4 sacks against Teddy Bridgewater. So I think everybody understands they got to be better to win here at home.
Yeah, and there's been some negative plays, but it's always hard when you have the ball deep inside your own territory. Right. If you're already back inside your 20 and you don't get a first down, then it's really hard to flip the field. So it's been tough sledding so far for Minnesota, but they're going to have to do something different.
Now let's go to Kurt Menefee and the Visa Halftime Show. A picture-perfect afternoon here in Minneapolis, live